Hi everyone. This is a moment to myself. A nice, simple, straightforward flow, recognizable shapes, thinking about moving with our breath, and hopefully just a really nice way to alleviate a bit of tension, get a stretch. You could use it any point in the day, really. Could be a morning class, could be later on. And hopefully that calming effect, that those kinds of familiar flows where you get into a little bit of a rhythm with your movement can have on the mind. So a moment to ourselves just to switch off from all the noise, come back into our bodies, into proprioception, interoception if that feels safe, a little bit of grounding, a little bit of stretch. Let's start on all fours. I do have blocks. You may or may not want them. Hands under shoulders, knees under your hips. Start with a simple cat-cow, dropping the belly, shoulder blades squeeze, tailbone lifts, looking forward, and then tailbone tucks, belly curves, spine towards the ceiling, drop chin to chest. Move through it, just feeling how your spine feels today. Your movements might be bigger than mine, they might be a lot smaller. Start to think about your breath. Maybe a big inhale in your cow belly pose, feeling the stretch across the abdominals, and an exhale as you arch and curl, pushing your abdominals up towards your spine. One more round. And then let's take the right hand, outer blade of the right hand, and slice it along the mat. Hips back towards your heels, forehead can come down, or turning away from your underarm. Just get a nice big stretch on the underside of that arm, like you're being pulled in two directions. And let yourself come back to settle towards your heels. You could find big toes together, knees a little bit wider apart, or your knees might be closer together. Staying up for a moment with this right hand, place it behind the back of your head, just turn through your thoracic spine like you're trying to peek under your underarm, and then bring right elbow towards left elbow. Couple more little twists, all very gentle. And you could bring that arm through, thread it underneath. And here is actually where you could grab a block for underneath your right ear if you wanted. If it's your first little bit of a child's pose of the day, hips are maybe not that close to the heels. Take a big breath into the upper back. Press into the left hand to slide that right hand out. And as you come up towards your knees, you can step that right foot through into your low lunge. Left hand will come down, right hand onto the thigh, press against it to find another little twist, turning to look back over your shoulder. And let's bring the right arm open towards the ceiling, and now bring the thumb into the palm of the hand. Close the fingers over the top. And we're going to take big circles with the thumb knuckle always facing the direction you want to go. So you have to rotate the hand so the thumb is facing behind you to bring the circle down. And then as you come forward, you'll rotate. And so you can feel that you're really moving the humerus in the shoulder socket. You could go the other direction. See how that feels. And then finish with that hand facing behind you. Open up the hand and drop it behind your low back. Palm facing up. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder and then jut your chin forward like a stubborn toddler. And you could floss a little bit left to right, up and down, getting into the sternocleidomastoid, mastoid, down the side of the neck. My goodness. Oh, that's tight. Your hip might be gradually softening through this lunge. That's fine. Let's release the arm, circle it forward, bring the hand down to the inside of that foot. You could walk the foot a little bit wider out and then just drop the hips a little bit. Take a little wiggle in your lizard pose, seeing how the low back feels. And then press into your hands, bring the right knee back next to the left. One round of cat-cow. Drop the belly, see if there's a little bit more space already through the spine. Arch and curl. Coming back to center. Outer blade of the left hand will slice forward, hips move back, and you can bring your forehead down or turn away from your underarm, getting a big stretch through the underside of that left arm. And then gradually shift back towards your heels. Maybe you bring your big toes together. Right hand down, left hand behind the back of the head. A thoracic twist to the left. See how it feels on that side. And then elbow to elbow. A couple more. And you could come to land, maybe with a block for your ear in your child's pose with thread the needle, pressing a little bit into that right hand to deepen the twist, and using your breath, spread and expand the tissue underneath your rib cage. Compress the right hand down to come up. And as you shift forward, your left foot will come forward into your lunge. Right hand down, left arm on the thigh. Press against it to turn open. Arm can open and then thumb in. Fingers close over it. And circles following the direction of the thumb. Going both directions. Rotating the arm bone in the socket. And finish. Hand facing away from you, behind you, bringing it against your low back. Drop the right ear to the right shoulder and then jut the chin forward. Little flossing movements. Letting your hips drop a little bit. And then uncircle that arm to the inside of the left foot. Walk it a little bit wider so that you can drop your hips down a little bit more into your lizard. Just a wee shift. Hips side to side. And then let's press into the hands. Bring the right knee back next to the left. Broaden the hands wider across the mat. Tuck the toes and lift the hips. And find your first down dog. Press into the hands, roll the underarms towards one another, feeling the shoulder blades rise up the back towards your ears. Tailbone lifts towards the ceiling, and then you could paddle out your feet, getting a great big stretch on the undersole of the feet, the Achilles, the back of the calf. Take a nice big breath here and let it go with a sigh. Capturing a moment for yourself. Let's repeat that. Inhale through the nose. Out through the mouth. Let's lift the right leg up towards the ceiling. Keep it straight the first time. Trying to have the knee pointing down towards the floor. So you've really got to level out your hips. Press into your hands. And let's hold this. Lifting the abdominals up towards your spine to support your back. Glutes doing the work for 3. For 2, for 1, good job. Knee towards your chest and step it through, keeping the back knee lifted. Find your runner's lunge. So we've got a long line from the top of the head to the back of your heel. Maybe you grab the blocks here to give you a little bit more space, or you could keep your hands down on the ground. Feel that active engagement in the back leg and lift the hips a little bit, pressing into the front right foot. Take another breath, and then let's straighten the legs up towards a pyramid. You might want to bring that back foot in. You could stay up on tiptoes or plant it at a 45-degree angle. Finding your pyramid, draw the right hip back, left hip leveling everything out, and see for a moment if you can bring your hands away and just hold that balance, pressing both feet down evenly and feeling the pull through your hamstrings. And then let's bring the left block, if you need it, under your left hand and open into a twist. Right arm comes up towards the ceiling, trying to draw that right hip back even as you twist. Take a breath. Bring that right arm alongside your ear and imagine kind of punching forward. So you're drawing the scapula up towards your ear even as your hip draws back to get a great big stretch down the side body. And then circle the hand down so you're looking towards your foot. You're going to pivot the back foot, plant it, and press up, cartwheeling the hands open to your warrior two. So thinking about hips between the knees, that knee is tracking forward over your front toes, shoulders over your hips, shoulder blades in and down, and then the arms extend and you can gaze forward. And again, find that stability in your feet. On an inhale, drop the left arm and lift the right up, maybe looking towards the fingers. On your exhale, you can lean the body forward, right forearm to your thigh, open the collarbones and left arm along your ear. And try and flow through it a few times. So dancing warrior. Inhale, exhale. Come to land in your extended side angle. Open the collarbones a little bit. Maybe look up past your left underarm. Take a breath here. And then pivot to face forward. You're going to place the hands, step back to plank. Bring the knees down. Bend the elbows, dive the chest through, releasing the knees. And draw the elbows back as you come up for a little cobra. And then press up to down dog. Couple of breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Feeling the strength in your body. Let's lift the left leg, steady it, knee pointing down towards the ground, pressing firmly through the hands and hold for 3, 2, and 1. Knee to chest and step forward, maybe with your blocks or maybe your hands are on the ground. Find your stance first of all. Runner's lunge. Long stretch from the top of the head towards the back heel. Press that left foot down, lift the hips a little bit. And then when you're ready, straighten the legs towards pyramid. Maybe that back foot comes in, left hip draws back. See if you can find your stance, the stability in your legs. And then your right hand can come down, maybe on a block, and left arm comes up towards the ceiling. Your twist. And then holding that, extend the left arm past the ear, punch it forward, draw the scapula up the back, draw the left hip back. One more breath. Pivot to look towards the inside of your left foot. You can place the right foot and press to come up for your warrior two. Find your stance first of all. Draw the shoulder blades down together. And then a strong pose. Press the feet down evenly. And let's inhale to exalt. And exhale, side angle. Dance through your warrior. Come to land in your side angle when you're ready. Open the collarbones, look up past your underarm. Take a breath. Pivot to look towards the ground. Hands come down. Step back to plank. Knees. Bend the elbows to dive through cobra, child's pose. Big toes together. Knees wide apart. Walk the hands forward this time. Forehead comes down. 3 breaths to settle the heart rate, to settle into your hips. When you feel ready, widen the hands towards the edges of the mat. Lift up the toes, find your down dog again. Notice how this feels second time around, coming up into your flow. Bit more stability, bit more ease maybe. Let's lift the right leg, this time bend the knee. Open up the hip external. Press that right foot as if you're trying to press against something against your left hip. Take a breath. Bring the knee to the chest. Step it through your runner's lunge just for a moment. Find that nice strong posture. Press into your right foot, steady your left. Find your pyramid. This time we'll just fold over that front leg. Keep drawing that right hip back. Maybe a little bend in that right knee. Don't need to lock out the joints. Take a breath. Let it go. We're going to bend into that front knee so that it comes over the ankle. Make sure your back foot is secure. Press up. Bring the torso nice and level. Make sure you've got enough space for your hips. Open up the collarbones and then bring the arms up, looking towards the thumbs, your warrior 1. Press your feet down evenly and keep drawing your hips to parallel. Take a big breath. Bring your hands down to your heart. Weight is going to be in the right foot. You might take 2 steps to get there, lifting the left knee up towards the chest. Hold it there. And then right ankle hooks over the left knee, opening out that left knee, and big hip flexion as you sit back into your glutes. Hands can stay at your heart. Ooh. All 4 corners of your supporting leg grounded, of your foot rather, I should say. Sit back a little bit more, get a big stretch on that glute. Big exhale as you press to rise. Don't put the foot down, see if you can keep it up, and we're going to start to tilt the body forward, extending that leg behind us, coming into our warrior 3. You can float the arms out if you like. Try and hold for a breath. And then gently bend the knee, plant the left foot. We'll circle the left hand back to our warrior 2, looking past those fingers. Exalt and side angle. Pivot to look down, plant the hands to your plank, knees, chin and chest, cobra, and back up to down dog. Take a moment to feel into the right hip, the right leg, the right shoulder, the left hip,
left leg, left shoulder. Feel the differences. When you're ready, draw the abdominals in, and we're going to extend the left leg up, bend the knee, open the hip, pressing that left foot, getting a big external opening, and then knee can step through. Find your runner's lunge for a moment. Strong legs, long spine. And then we'll press into that left foot, maybe plant the right a little bit more firmly. Left hip draws back. Your pyramid. Gentle forward fold, stretching into the hamstring. Remember, you can bend and flex the knee. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Next exhale, start to bring your left knee over the ankle. Make sure you have enough space to come up. You might need to widen everything. Hips are parallel with the top of the mat. Center the pelvis. Open the collarbones. Arms come up, looking towards your thumbs, your warrior one. Pressing both feet down evenly and reaching towards the ceiling. Bring the hands towards your heart. You're going to step up onto that left leg, bringing the knee up. Hold for a moment in your stag pose, and then you'll hook right ankle over your left knee. Nice big hip flexion as you sit back into your glutes, opening that right knee out. Press all four corners of your left foot down evenly, shoulders back and down. Your core is engaged. Breathe. Keep looking at something that isn't moving. See if you can sit down a wee bit more. When you're ready, we'll straighten. Release the ankle without putting the foot down if possible. And then start to hinge at the hip, extending that leg behind you. Your warrior three, your arms can come out. Maybe behind you this time. Reaching the shoulders away from the ears. Breathe. Bend that left knee. Land the right gently. You can circle the arms to your warrior two. Find your stance first. Right hand down, left arm up. Side angle. Pivot your plank. Dive down. Your cobra. Child's pose. Big toes together. Knees apart. Walk the hands forward. Feel the difference. Notice your shoulders, both sides. Your ribs and the expansion of your breath, both sides. Your hips, your pelvis, your low back. Feel the circulation reaching to your fingers and toes. Take a nice big breath in. Let it go with a sigh once more. Inhale. And exhale. Gently walk the hands back in. And your choice of landing, maybe you want to lie down on your back for Shavasana. Maybe lifting the feet up for a little waterfall pose or against the wall. Or you could just come and settle in a cross-legged, easy position. Resting the hands down on the knees lightly. Shoulders drop away from the ears, jaw is loose, tummy relaxed. Wherever you land, take a moment just to acknowledge the time you've taken for yourself. Notice this moment out of your day, out of your normal rhythms, your normal movements.
Acknowledge the changes it's made in your brain, your body, your emotions. Maybe take a moment just to give yourself a little bit of thanks for acknowledging your need and giving yourself the time. Just encourage you to stay for another minute or two before you get up and go back into the rest of your day. Thanks for joining me for this class. I hope it was a lovely moment yourself. I'll practice again with you soon.